Hey everyone, Felipe here. Welcome to another Tower of Saviors card review video. In this video, I'll be taking a look at one of the non-jackpot cards from the Demon Slayer collaboration seal, Zenitsu Agatsuma. Zenitsu is a light human card with the following leader skill. When the team has only light characters or Demon Slayer characters, team attack times 6, HP and recovery times 1.2. By dissolving race runes, you get an additional 1.6 attack multiplier. Damage dealt on demon enemies will be increased by 1.5 additionally, and for each combo made in the first batch, you will get one enchanted light rune generated in the column below the character. Additionally, by dissolving more than 10 light runes, your team attack will increase by 1.4 additionally. Keep note that this is not first batch, so sky drops will also count towards this 10 light rune requirement, and if you're running dual leader and ally, if you do 5 combos in the first batch and clear the left and the right column, this will give you the 10 light runes that you need to activate this effect. Zenitsu also has a team skill that will allow him to benefit more of his leader skill or enhance his leader skill. And the team skill is extend runestone movement time to 10 seconds, which is going to be really nice. For every light rune dissolved, your combo count increases by 1 to the max of 6. Runestone movement will not be stopped when an electrify rune is touched, and turn the light runes touched while moving into enchanted light human runes. Additionally, by dissolving a group of 5 light runes in the first batch, Zenitsu's attack increases by 2 times, and damage dealt will be regardless of Trio Elemental Shield and Quintet Elemental Shield. The other team skills that he has are the stat boosting skills when he has Nezuko in the team or Tanjiro or Inosuke in the team. Additionally, you get the Demon Slayer special where you get an additional times 2 attack multiplier against demon enemies. So yeah, taking a look at the leader skill, overall I think this is a really well made leader skill, especially for a non-jackpot card. The attack multiplier times 6 and all the additional team attack multipliers gives him a pretty high damage output that will be pretty viable in the current meta. Yeah. Additionally, all the conditions for these additionally team attacks are pretty easily hit. Dissolving race runes is going to be really easy because one of his team skills allows you to convert all light runes touched into human runes. So this already satisfies that requirement and allows you to launch a times 1.6 additional team attack. Additionally, since you generate light runes based on the combos made in the first batch, you only need to do 5 combos in order to get 10 light runes if you clear both the left column and the right column, and this is going to give you an additionally 1.4 attack multiplier. Additionally, you get extra movement time, which is always really nice, and will allow you to create all these high combos and allow you to get that guaranteed sky drop. Additionally, you get additional combo counts for every light rune dissolve, and if you're already dissolving 10 runes for that leader skill attack multiplier, it means that you will pretty consistently hit this plus 6 combo increase, which anyone that has played Ingrid or Tsuyo, you know that having a increased combo count is going to be really nice in order to deal higher damage and also break high combo shields without having to spend that much effort. In my opinion, the third effect is going to be a pretty insane addition to Zenitsu's leader skill. Being able to ignore electrify runes is really powerful. So far, the only leaders that I can think of off the top of my head that can do this are black gold cards. We have Xiangyu and also Tsuyo. These two can ignore electrify runes while moving, but they are black gold cards. So for a non-jackpot card to be able to ignore electrify runes while moving is going to be, in my opinion, really powerful and gives Zenitsu a lot more viability in the current meta, especially if you encounter a lot of electrify runes in the stage. But yeah, this third effect is going to be situational because you don't really encounter electrify runes that often, but when you do, this is going to be really busted, and it will allow you to spin normally and get those guarantees sky drops on either column. Additionally, for the 5th leader skill, by dissolving a group of 5 light runes in the first batch, you get an additional ×2 attack multiplier, and you get to ignore Trio Elemental Shield and Quintet Elemental Shield. Being able to ignore these 2 shields will save you a craft. Sometimes we bring craft to break these kinds of shields, so being able to ignore them with your team skill is going to be really nice. This is going to be a little bit more situational because it will require you to dissolve 5 or more light runes in the first batch, and given the enemy skills, it might not always be possible, or you might be lacking the runes to do that, but you can always bring a converter to give you more than 5 light runes. However, if the enemy has a light Trojan or a light combo nullifying skill, then you will not be able to trigger this 5th effect, since you need to dissolve the light runes in the first batch. Man, that will be Zenitsu's leader skill. Overall, I think it is a really well-made leader skill, and if you don't get any of the jackpot cards, I think this is still a really viable leader to have in your team. So definitely pull for this card. If you're aiming for the jackpot cards, you are bound to get at least 1 copy of Zenitsu, since he is a non-jackpot card. Yeah, in terms of team composition as a leader, I think the 2 cards that I definitely recommend are Wukong, since Wukong can generate a lot of light runes for your 5th team skill, and also Kurapika. Kurapika is a staple in a lot of light teams because of the ×4 attack multiplier and the Dragonware that he has. So Kurapika is a no-brainer addition in my opinion. For the remaining slots, I would use any utility cards depending on the stage that you're facing, but light attribute cards have a lot of utility cards, and since Zenitsu has access to the entire light pool, you can choose from a lot of members to add to the remaining slots. Yeah. In terms of leader, I think he's really well made and he will be really viable, but I won't be able to say until I test it for myself. Now let's take a look at his active skill. This active skill is a CD6 skill and has the following effect. Restore Hypnosis on the character. Turn 13 runes at fixed positions into enchanted light human runes. Zenitsu launches 6 extra attacks, and you electrify the enemies when attacking. The character's attack will be dealt regardless of defense and puzzle shield. And if your team HP is less than 50%, your character's attack will be multiplied by 2. So in my opinion, I think this is a really good active skill. It complements his leader skill, but he also can act as a really good member in other teams. Especially for like a Tanjiro team or any light leader team, in my opinion. Restoring Hypnosis is a little bit more niche nowadays. The only time that has appeared is in the Hypnos stage, but this kind of tells me that the Demon Slayer stages will probably have Hypnosis in them, but usually we would clear them by clearing every single effect on the board, but now we have specific cards that can counter Hypnosis. So Zenitsu can clear Hypnosis, but it will only be for himself. The only thing is that I don't think this Hypnosis clear will work on chains, so that is a little bit of a bummer. Turning 13 runes at fixed positions into enchanted human light runes is going to be really nice. It gives you a big chunk of attacking runes, and it will allow you to trigger his leader skill and all his team skills attack multipliers if you have these many light runes. My only concern with this convert is that it's a little bit awkward. I know it is made to look like him when he attacks in the anime, but the position of it is a little bit weird in my opinion for a Tower of Saviors board. That being said, if you know how it is going to be positioned, you will be able to plan ahead and place the runes that you don't want to be converted away in the places that in the places that are not in this design basically. However, if you know the design beforehand, it will make it easier to spin, so it is nice that it is a fixed convert, and it is nice that it gives you a big chunk of attacking runes. Moving on, character launches 6 extra light attacks. This is pretty nice, especially if you pair it up with a 6th effect where Zenitsu's attack gets increased by 2, and if you pair it up with the 5th team skill of his leader skill, since this also increases Zenitsu attacks by 2, which means you have a pretty good burst option by launching 6 attacks. Additionally, electrifying enemies is also going to be really nice, since there are a lot of enemies in the game that will reduce the damage taken if they're not electrified. The fifth effect, in my opinion, is also going to be a big core of Zenitsu as a member in other teams, and it's also going to be a really big bonus when you're running Zenitsu as a leader. This is because you get to ignore defense and puzzle shield when you use this active skill. However, this only applies to Zenitsu, so yeah, you want to buff Zenitsu's attack as much as possible by having your team HP below 50%. Man, overall, I think the 5th effect is going to be the most busted one as an active skill, because usually puzzle shield breaking skills are typically CD8, but Zenitsu's active skill is CD6, so this is going to make it one of the fastest puzzle shield breakers in the game for now. But yeah, I think an active skill with 6 effects for a non-jackpot card is going to be really good, especially with all the effects that he has. They're all beneficial in one way or another. Some of them are a little bit more situational because you need the enemy to have high defense or puzzle shield, but being able to launch 6 extra attacks and electrified enemies allows you to bypass those annoying enemy skills and also deal higher damage output. But yeah, overall I think Zenitsu is a really good and really well designed non-jackpot card. When I first read this, I thought he was a jackpot card, but then Matt had said, oh, we'll be releasing jackpot card information next week, so I was really excited about this because the leader skill as well as the active skills, they're all really good, and I am still processing this that it's a non-jackpot card. I really like what Madhead did though, where it gives a viable leader skill and a really good active skill for a non-jackpot card, because this will allow free-to-play players that are not able to get the jackpot cards to have a viable leader for this collaboration seal. I think this collaboration seal is really special, so this allows people that are free to play to have a good leader and good memories through this seal. Well, I think that's all I had to say about this card. Um, Please let me know in the comments if I said anything wrong or if I missed anything. And as always, stay tuned on my YouTube channel for more Tower of Saviors content. But for now, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you next time. Bye everyone!